looks like we are up. There we go. Looking like we are set up. Get the chat open, and that can go there. Chill out for a minute before we get started. How is everyone doing today? Volume on the stream sounding okay? If so, we're probably good to get Morphin any moment now.
Triceratops! Tyrannosaurus!
Saber-toothed tiger!
Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's jump in.
Good luck, Rangers.
I don't know if we're going to do a full stream of this, but we're going to play some of this today on stream. Yeah, Thimba, you've caught me. I didn't do a stream on Monday because life kind of got chaotic as all hell. But I am planning to do a Wednesday and Friday stream this week. Next week is when I start my, like, 10, 11 days of taking a break for the holidays. This last couple of weeks have been chaotic as I try and get everything ready for end of year, but we've got a stream tonight. We'll start with Power Rangers, we'll see how much of the stream is this, and if I get bored and play something else, and we're going to do a one-off stream of something on Friday. And then I'm going to just chill and not work for like a week and a half, and it's going to be great. Hey, Echo. Hey, Terra. Hope you're doing better. Life is mildly more under control. I'm still not doing my best, but you know that having a professional client refuse to pay, never ideal, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Right, let's jump in. Let's do the thing. It's over, Rita. It's too late for you to escape. Nonsense! I have all the time in the world. Once I use this time portal to travel back to 1993, I will join forces with my younger, slightly less beautiful self to destroy you all. I don't like the sound of that. Yeah, there's no way we're letting that happen. Hutties, deal with them while I conjure my chrono magic. Now we see whether I embarrass myself with my my beat-em-up brawler skills on stream. I've not used Kimberly as a character yet, so I'm going to have to work out her little peculiarities. My time portal is complete. See you later, Power Rangers, and a whole lot earlier. The sprite work is great in this. After her, let's move. Mate, we can't follow her without risking a massive paradox. We'll have to hope the original team can defeat both Ritas. Let me know if the volume's good or if I need to turn the game down at all. This game has, like, fascinating kinds of sprite work going on. Alpha, I'm sensing a major disturbance in the space-time continuum. This time stream is under attack. Teleport us 5 overbearing and over-emotional humans. No, Zordon, not that, not teenagers! Is this a direct tie with that movie that happened recently? So, I don't know if officially it is, but it definitely, like, feels like it fits within the same canon. It's a bit loud. Yeah, I suspected it might be. Is this better? Oh, that's because that's set there and not usually that's set there. Is this better? My levels, as far as my thing was concerned, said the volume was right, but I could hear it in my ears. I was like, this sounds like it's too loud. Okay, if this is a bit better, that's cool. I can turn the game down a little more if needed, but yeah, let's jump in.
Good luck, Rangers.
Good luck, Rangers. Oh, Terra, I'm glad I gave you a place to be able to chat about Valgard. I needed a place to chat about Valgard. Zordon said he chose us to save the planet from that sorceress Rita. I say we do it. You serious, Power Morphers, Megazords? We're talking to a giant floating head. I'm just interested in learning more about that fully sentient functional automaton. What are these things? This day is too weird. They must be putty patrollers Zordon talked about. Zordon said those Power Morphers would give us power. Let's do it. I have no idea how well the CRT filter comes across on stream, but it does look pretty nice in person. Yeah, so initially this is going to be a fairly standard side-scrolling brawler. Oh, I need to move my camera so that I can see my health and my special attack meter, which are here. When we get to like the second or third level, you will see the weird, interesting gimmick this game has about level design.
These things are tough.
Okay, what's my... Oh yeah, that's my... Aha, that's my dodge. And that's my throw. So I attack you, you try and block from the front, and dodge behind. Oh, I want to see what the special on the Pink Ranger is. Give me a nice bunch of enemies to fight. Give me more than... Okay, fuck it, we'll use it now. Ooh, pink arrows from this guy, that's pretty cool. No crossplay for this, right? I know it's difficult to get, but this game is a game that needs it. There's local multiplayer. I don't believe there's crossplay. Although, I talk about this on Pogposition this week. The local co-op is broken on Switch. When we get to the Punch-Out segment, you'll know it when you see it. I will explain in which ways local co-op is broken on Switch, and I could not play it in co-op, which is a real shame, because I was having fun doing so. Run. I'm gonna use my backflips, avoid all these evil rocks. Oh, I was very into Power Rangers as a kid. Power Rangers was like the first proper hyperfixation I had as a kid. It was the first time my parents had to do the, well, this has fighting in it, is it okay to watch? I still have a lot of my childhood, like, Megazord figures. From back in the day. Okay, I need to get better at dodging all these, boulders. Ah, boulders everywhere. Get out of the boulder field. Get out of the boulder field. Oh, there's been more than one Power Ranger over the years arrested for murder. It is a surprisingly common occurrence that Power Rangers get, like Power Ranger actors get arrested for murder. There was at least one that murdered his roommate with a samurai sword. There's been a few. Oh god, I'm not doing well on stream. Come on. I have no spare lives. I need to get my act together. It's not good gaming behavior. Aye, something's in our time stream that doesn't belong here. What could it be? Rangers, find this chronological anomaly and report back. May the power protect you. I might be wrong. I feel like there was more than the one. Several of the original Mighty Morphin actors were apparently pretty fucking homophobic back in the day. The original Blue Power Ranger faced quite some amounts of homophobia on set back in the day. Apparently on decent terms with most of them at this point, but there was some not great behavior at the time. Okay. Oh, give me my special. Let me go Super Ranger mode. Come on. Big fast combos. Go, go, go. I don't know if I've shown chat. Not that long ago, like back in August, I did a Mighty Morphin era Pink Power Ranger cosplay, a convention. I don't know if I've shown photos of that on stream. Oh, don't go back. I think I missed a secret there. That's fine. Well, in that case, I might see if I can pull it up and show it on stream in a minute. There you are, you're right on time. Buddies, prepare the time disruptor and dispose of these pests. Yeah, these pests. To deal with the time disruptor. Here it is, the time disruptor. Now, I have a limited amount of time to do damage to it before time rewinds. And I have to redo the fighting, so I gotta... Okay, yeah, it's already rewinding, but the damage stays on it, thankfully, so I gotta... Come on.
These things are tough.
On. Yeah, I might have shown the helmet off on stream. I definitely did that, actually, yeah, so... I'll finish this level and I will find the full costume. No, I need to focus more on the time disruptor, less on the grunt foes. Otherwise, I'm just going to be fighting the same loop of grunts on loop, taking damage, not making progress. Like the time crystal is the thing that I need to progress. There we go. That's better. There we go. The OG Red Ranger is facing up to 20 years for financial crimes. Well, that would explain why... I have one story about the OG Red Ranger. I once saw him doing signings at a convention. Someone took a selfie of themselves kind of near his booth. Like, not near enough that you could assume they were trying to get a selfie with him in it, just like vaguely nearby, and he went over and stormed over and started angrily shouting and demanding they pay him for his, I think it was like fucking 50 quid for a selfie with him fee, because they took a selfie near his booth and they were probably trying to steal a selfie off him. Yeah. Right, give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can find Pink Ranger. Do I have an image on on hand that I can find easily. Cleared this up. Not the most flattering image of me in the world of it, but this'll do. This is an image of me doing pink, Mighty Morphin Pink at a convention a little while ago with my morpher and my wrist communicator and helmet. I looked alright in it. I did some action shots that were kind of fun. There we go. B rank. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What the heck was that? It's just a hypothesis based on a quick observation, but the chronological flux generated by this device can generate a localized temporal reversal. Does anyone speak Billy? He said the machine can reverse the flow of time. Aye, aye, aye! That was Goldar, one of Rita's generals. Before he ran for the rooftops, Goldar called this thing a time disruptor. What if it's not the only one? Follow him and see what more you can learn. Good luck, Rangers. You ever think about how wrist communicators and such were fancy futuristic tech back in the day, but now everyone has a pocket computer? Yeah, the wrist communicators today have screens on them and everything. Although they don't let me warp to the command center, so how far has technology really come? Amy Jo Johnson at a recent convention still looking good. Is that showing up as... I don't know, showing up that way? Okay. So we got one more standard side-scrolling level, and then you will see, like, this game's funky gimmick. Rangers, this energy signature confirms these creatures are not from our timeline! Yeah, let's kick their asses. I gotta do some actual aerial combat now. Hey, Shagtastic. I'm doing. My work, I've got my work schedule back on track, so that's something. I am owed several £1,000s by a fucking client that isn't paying, which isn't great. And it's taken up a lot of my week, but otherwise, I'm doing all right. Come on. Get out of the corner trap so I can hit you. There we go. The actor who played Skull has a doctorate in theatre. That doesn't surprise me. Bulk and Skull's actors are secretly the best actors in all of Mighty Morphin. Genuinely. Like, fucking, they understood the assignment was to overact and they gave it their fucking all. Subtlety has no place in a Power Rangers performance, and they got that. I need a heal. I'm on like half health on this life. Come on, give me a box with some health in it. Trash can. Trash can's probably got health. Oh no. There we go. Haha. Oh no, paper lantern. Not the health I was after, but I'll take it. Okay, give me better combos. That'll do. Ooh, this will make it easier to destroy the Time Disruptor, because I can do faster combos with less knockback. Come on, single cycle that Time Disruptor. Oh, these could... You're right, you could be right about these crows being from the movie, yeah. Okay, yeah, I lost that life, but that's fine, we can make do. Rangers, Billy is right. These devices could warp time, but I need more data. Yeah, let's break more of Rita's stuff. Come on. Okay, and there's the health I was desperately needing, like one screen ago.
Someone help me out here.
I gotta remember that the end hit on my standard combo hits on both sides of me. I love how their moves look like terrible TV kung fu from the 90s. They've captured the feel really nicely. For sure. Yes, we will get to the level that caught my interest in is right after this, after we have our first run-in with Goldar. I mean, I'm not surprised that Rita's circled back to being the most important villain in Power Rangers. For most of that, for a lot of that core audience, she is the most memorable villain. Like, that, again, I say this, overacting is the key thing to making a memorable Power Rangers character. You don't go for subtlety, you go for, after 10,000 years, I'm free, fly my pretties, make my monster grow. Like, that's what gets you a memorable Power Rangers performance, not trying to, you know, turn into Shakespeare. Like, oh, what was the name of the villain from the Turbo series? That was trying to get married to a lava monster in the Turbo movie. She got that as well. She got the need for overacting. Divatox, yes, yes. Honestly, Divatox, definitely top 3 series villains. I can totally understand the argument for her being #1 villain. You know, I might not agree with it, but I can definitely see it.
You're out of time.
No, let me do my special.
These things are tough.
Okay, here we go. Goldar fight.
This'll be fun.
I was recently thinking about that pig henchman who's in the movie with just no explanation. I seem to remember it was just a costume that was available, so they went with that. Sometimes that's how particularly like the Western filming bits of Power Rangers had to do. Back off, Fangface. The good guys are here. Get off our planet. We're the Power Rangers, and we're not backing down. Here!
Glory of the Empress.
For the glory of the Empress. Okay, I gotta...
These are tough.
Okay, I see my dodge timing there. Let's get my hit combo in. Oh,
Can someone help me out here?
there we go. And I'm gonna beat the henchman before I can get back to fighting Goldar. But this might give me an opportunity to get some special attack energy back. Not gonna be enough to get the meter back before get back to Goldar. Keep pressure up. Okay, we're at like half health. Another wave of putties.
These things are tough.
I at least appreciate that the Goldar has the decency to not attack during the putty wave. So I'm not fighting him plus the additional summons.
Can someone help me out
But
here?
this might get me that special I was hoping for. Oh, come on. Okay, I need to focus. Get my...
This'll be fun. These things are tough.
Oh, and I died, so I lost my special meter. Okay, that's on me. I have no special in the bank. I have to just do this cleanly now.
Keep going.
Slightly too early on the dodge. I saw the... There we go, there we go.
We did it!
Okay, I'll live with a D rank. I always have to do everything myself. Magic wand, make my Goldar grow! Mode 7 that sprite, Rita. Mode 7 that sprite. Okay, now you're about to see this side-scrolling beat-em-ups gimmick. Mode 7 style 3D sections.
Good luck, Rangers.
Yeah, this is where this starts to set itself apart. Welcome, we're now a Star Fox. We're now a Megazord Star Fox game. You and your weapons are no match for me. Okay, let's show Goldar some real dinosaur power. Right, isn't this like a unique fucking gimmick for one of these? It makes the Megazords, when it's time for like the Megazord sections, it makes them feel like an event. Like, you haven't even seen yet what happens when we combine the Megazords. Yeah, this has a whole bunch of 3D segments with different unique mechanics based around different gameplay styles. Okay, oh, I missed the missile power up. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a life down. Okay, only one Power Ranger did murder. Good to know. Cool. Thanks for the update. I don't know what I was thinking of then. I thought that was more than one. I don't know how well this run is going to go right now, but we'll see. Oh, did not need to know that a Power Ranger played an intersex villain. Well, I'm going to presume not being intersex. That's not... It's all fun, the controversies you find about when you start looking for things. Whoa! Okay. Ooh. I don't remember any mining operation in Angel Grove. Is Goldar hiding underground? It is clearly digging for something. Let's find out what it is. Okay, I've got 2 lives. To get to the end of this segment. Destroy the power generators. Fly above. Oh, I can fly above the laser as pink. Okay, that's actually way easier knowing that I can fly above the top laser. Some of the Megazords can't fly, so I was having to do like a jumping section previously. Come on, wait for this to come down. Aha! Okay, now I've got Goldar himself to take down. I've got 2 lives. Okay, yeah, we can do this. I do like that the Zords all play a little differently in these sections, such as obviously here, Pink being able to fly, and that's slightly changing how you play these sections, as opposed to them being ground vehicle combats. Oh, I don't even have to dodge this. I'm not even on the ground. This attack can't hit me. Oh, that's perfect. This one I can just follow him for the. Oh, that's nice. Was a bigger hit than I intended to take. Sorry, I will look at chat again as soon as I'm not mid Goldar encounter. You fools cannot win. I can predict your every move. The future is certain. Rocker says, so all the Zords have this same level. This seems like it wouldn't work as well for those ones that can't fly. You can jump. Like, let's say I was playing the Triceratops. I'm on the ground. I can jump. But I have certain other mechanics going on. Yeah, they all play slightly differently, which is interesting. Is this the game you were talking about on Pogquisition last week? It looks great. Yes, it is. I talk about it on Pogquisition again tomorrow. The co-op mode on Switch, local co-op, is kind of broken, which is a shame. But single player, I'm still having a good time with it.
This isn't over yet.
So yes, we have one more 3D nonsense mechanic to go now. Let's do a Megazord battle. Welcome to Megazord Punch-Out! Of course it plays the fucking theme tune, right? I'm not a big fan of the new Twitch look either. Oh, here we go, here we go. Let's do it. I gotta lock in. So what's wrong with co-op? You see the sword sections that are being filled at the top of the screen. Like, if I do a sword segment's worth of damage to Goldar in this fight, it then hands over control to player 2 to do the next section of this fight. And then rather than handing back to player 1 for the third segment, it starts freaking out about there not being enough controllers connected. So I connected a third controller and it was like, no, connect the controller, connect the controller. It started freaking out, acting as if it didn't have controllers. I think it was trying to connect to a player 3 that we hadn't set up. I restarted the game, replayed the level, all 6 minutes of like the shooter to get back to here, and it did it again. In 2-player co-op, on Switch, it starts freaking out looking for extra controllers that don't exist, even if you add extra controllers beyond the second segment, which is a real fucking shame. This is a slight remix, obviously. It's not one-to-one the original theme, but it is a remix of the original theme. Here we go, here we go. Oh, we did a switch up. Come on, let me get close to you. Look at this fucking CGI. Give me the power sword. In we run. Mash the button. Right. Half the time this is a serviceable, if a little bland, side-scrolling beat-em-up that relies a little on nostalgia for the property it's based on. And then it gets weird and funky and creative mechanically like this, and I think it's pretty cool. Like, there's moments like this, I think it's doing something genuinely pretty special. You fool! That Goldar plan was doomed to fail! How dare you! You have no right to speak to me like this! You forget yourself, I am you, but wiser and perfected. And unlike you, I know how to destroy the Power Rangers forever. Tell me more. This is the music Steph was asking last week if was in the game. Who throws you the power sword? I don't know. Zordon? I don't know. The best music in all of Power Rangers. Yes, Ron Wasserman is the person behind all the Power Rangers music, and if you've never listened to the extended, like, album of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers music by Ron Wasserman, it is clear, because, like, he's told stories before of writing the original theme tune for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like, the morning that it was due, he had, like, an hour and was like, the fuck, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You listen to that album, and every track on it is like, oh shit, I had 20 minutes to hand in my homework. Lyrically, and I fucking love it. Let me find a track to give you an example. Go Power Rangers. No, let me find a good one off of this. Mr. Wasserman have, yeah, let's look at Power Rangers redo. Go for Go Green Ranger Go. Let's go for that to give you a sense of the lyrical styles of although the tunes are catchy as all fuck. But yeah, Mr. Wasserman was not the most creative lyricist on the planet, and I do kind of respect it. Sorry, I'm just waiting for this to stop playing ads so I can give you a little insight. It's like the To Be a Master Pokemon album, for context. Like some good tunes. Go. This song, if you couldn't guess, was called Go Green Ranger Go. Green Ranger gonna get you tonight. Oh, wow. Don't let Lord Zed put a spell on your mind. Green Ranger. And he just kind of goes on like this. Like, the whole album is lyrically this. And I kind of sincerely love it. Go, go. Go, Green Ranger, go. Right? This is very Crush 40, right? Like, Ron Wasserman and Crush 40 doing, like, a combo concert, I would watch the hell out of it. Like, he really relied on being able to just, like, shit out a pretty solid fucking 4-minute rock solo. And let that carry his career, and I respect that. Any percent lyricism speedrunner, yes. I'm gonna find one more just to demonstrate that this is not a one-off. 541? Yeah, 541, which is about 5 Rangers fighting for one world. They're fighting as one. They're 541. And, well... This is an entire 2 minutes long. He really had a lot of lyrics available for this one. He actually tried to do a verse on this one. See, I picked this one up, I'm like, actually, he tried on this one. I only ever remember the chorus. If you see evil, call the 541. Get a 541 deal. Although the thing about 541 as a song is it makes me imagine a world in which 541 is the emergency service number if you need to call the Power Rangers. And I want to live in that world where there's an emergency services number for the Power Rangers and it's 541. And that's the thing. I mean, it's much like the To Be a Master, like original Power Ranger Pokemon album. It's cheesy and simplistic, but damn, it weaseled its way into my childhood brain. Right, we up for a bit more Power Rangers, or are we in the mood for something else? Like, today's potentially a bit of a scattershot downstream. I have no real aim, I'm just hanging out tonight. Is there anything I could be doing in the juice bar? What other games do I have that I could be playing today? Stuff that I could be doing today. I'm still working through Vampire Survivors' Ode to Castlevania DLC. That I've been working through. I could boot up the PlayStation. I'm in not particularly spoilery territory. I'm in the middle of trying to play through Metaphor ReFantasio. I'm trying to beat a optional, very hard late game boss. So, like, not much is happening plot-wise on that, but I'm just trying to kick some dragon's ass. I don't think we've shown off Lego Horizon Adventures on stream, and if people are curious about the Lego Horizon game, we could show a little of it off. I am up for whatever tonight. I'm very easygoing. Depending on where the vibe of the stream is at. I'm at the end of the year, and it's very much a what have I not shown off on stream kind of day. I'm assuming Leggy is Lego. I could do a bit of Lego Horizons. We could play a little bit of that, and I could demonstrate what that game is. Because in some ways it's impressive, in other ways it is baffling. Feels like that point in the school year where you get to watch films in class, right? That's the vibe of today's stream. Today's stream is I am the substitute teacher on the last week of school, like scrounging around for videos to put on to fill the school day. Did I see your sub message joke? No, I apologize. I missed your sub. Where was... In that case, thank you very much for the sub. I did not see the sub message pop. If you can put the message in chat now, I will see it. My apologies. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna update the title and we'll swap to an additional game. You know what? We're simply gonna call this stream End of Year Chill. And that way I only have to change. I heard that next year you're working on GTA 6 as an entomology consultant. Right, let me switch to Lego Horizon in Twitch. And I will show you the first PlayStation game published on Switch. And we can talk about the fact that Switch port's actually pretty good, but the game itself, so. Hey Zilla, thank you very much for the bits. You missed how far were we in? You've joined us just at the tail end of 90s hour, just as we are heading over to Lego PlayStation on the Nintendo Switch, a thing that I've been wanting to show off at least a little of on stream for a while, because it's not a good Lego game, but it is an impressive Switch port. And it's not a bad game, but it's just not... We'll get there. We'll get there. Tis a strange one, this one. Yeah, I will say, this Switch port is a surprisingly fucking high-quality port. I will give this to... It's so weird to see, like, PlayStation Studios logo boot up on your Switch. The novelty of it is not lost on me. Yeah, I can probably turn this up a little. No thank you. I would not like to give you too much of my personal info. There we go. Let's do default difficulty. So, like, visually, I think this is a really impressive port. It runs at 30 rather than 60, but, like, in terms of, like, key visual settings, it looks remarkably on point with the standard console versions, which, you know, is impressive. The loads are a little slower on Switch, but like generally speaking, it holds up pretty nicely visually.
There are no TVs, no smartphones, no social media. Just beautiful and totally not boring nature everywhere. Oh, and giant robot dinosaurs, of course.
Also, you can see they've exported the pre-rendered cutscenes at a slightly lower frame rate, slightly lower resolution.
World of cars, skyscrapers, and funny cat videos that existed once. It's what the people who live in these times call a mystery. And it's not the only one. Years ago, Tirsa, the leader of her tribe, found a baby girl all alone in the mountains. Nobody knows where she came from either. And since orphans in stories always bring trouble, that made the villagers a little nervous.
Like, the dialogue
So the
is...
mysterious
it's
child was
amusingly
raised
written.
outside of the village by the hunter Rost. He named her Aloy. Open wide. He soon discovered she had a natural talent for hitting targets. And watching Aloy grow over the years, helping to hone her skills, filled him with great joy and satisfaction.
Scrangle says they're adapting it well, I'll give them
Aloy
that.
wondered each and every
Yeah, they're
day, where had
they're
she come from?
capturing
Who was her
a
mother?
lot of the
And
source
why the
material
heck had
well.
she been left in the mountains?
Like some
Questions
gorgeous
only
adaptation
Tirsa,
of the
the
environments
lady
and
who found
things.
her, could answer. But you're not here to listen to me go on and on. This is a game, not an audiobook. So let's
It's when we get to
join Aloy
gameplay,
as
I'll-
she embarks on an epic
You'll
adventure.
see where I'm
The
getting
day she
at with
travels
this.
to the village of Mother's Heart for the first time.
Yeah, honestly, I think this looks better in
Very
gameplay than
Saturday
it does
with
in
some
the pre-renders
nutritious
on
healing
Switch.
berries.
Like, this is pretty nice looking on Switch. So I'm gonna say this up front because I think starting by explaining my key thought about this game I think you'll see it better if I talk about it up front. LEGO Horizon Adventures, if any of you have seen the LEGO movie, feels very much like you're playing a LEGO game set in Lord Business's world. Everything has been super glued together and is to be used exactly in its specific diorama it's set up to be. No mixing and matching. Everything is the parts it came with glued together to make their exact kits. And I mean that in as much as, like, one of the first things you will notice is there is a lot less ability to destroy things into pips for collectibles than there usually is in a LEGO game. A lot more things are, no, you can't destroy that, it's part of the aesthetic. And the aesthetic is very well captured. But it is, like, they can't let you destroy too much that it stops looking like the very perfectionist Horizon LEGO set that they ideally want to sell you.
Let's just never go keep me chocolates. The day is finally here. Like, right here. Because it's today!
Well, you wait long enough, every day gets here eventually.
I wonder what Mother's Heart is like. And Tirsa, of course. What do you think she's gonna tell me? She has to know something, right? I mean, she found me, so if anyone knows anything...
Oh, slow down. We have to get there first. Maybe you can work off some of that energy on the way.
Yes. The other
What
thing
do
I
you
will say
to a
is,
little training?
the combat is pretty
I
good.
say, look out, training. Here comes Aloy!
Watch out for
This was a
what the
big
gameplay
day
is
for
between
Aloy,
combat.
right? First time seeing the village of Mother's Heart. First chance to ask Tirsa about her mother. And first time having her thoughts and feelings narrated.
A lot of the time when you're not actively in combat, it is very much just walk along the linear path, pick up the handful of bits and pips that are strewn on the floor, and keep walking. Like, there's very little to do in between combat. The thing to do is look at the pretty aesthetic and look at the fact that it looks like Horizon.
Would be much easier.
Yeah, you'll see that there is a lot of time where it just sort of is walking around not particularly much branching, not particularly much replayability between the combat.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Coming through.
It's a shame because I do think the combat in this is pretty fun. We'll get there in a second. But like, if you're someone that plays a lot of LEGO games, there's not like multiple characters to swap between for, you know, level completionism and unlocks and stuff. Although I will note, a thing I think is pretty funky. Watch this arrow when Aloy fires it over this cliff. When it reaches the cliff, it doesn't keep going in a straight line. It bends at a 90-degree angle and starts going down. It follows the edge of the cliff. No, did not do it there. How did I get it to do it before? I know it sometimes does it.
Feels like I've been here before.
Oh, it's slightly further along. It's doing it. Ah, come on. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, sometimes arrows follow the curve of walls in odd ways. Yeah, there's just a lot more quietly running through areas. Not really doing much along the way. And there is right now the LEGO games.
Ooh, good stuff in here. And ready to go.
Because, like, when I initially played this first level, I was like, oh, okay, this is because we're, like, warming up, we're building up. And then there was just a lot of segments like this, no matter how far I got into the game. It's just... It's admittedly go for a nice little walk and look at very pretty, like, ooh, they built the pretty thing out of Lego.
Some warm-up shots.
Like, you see what I mean?
You remember how it goes.
It's like half interactive drama, half
The
combat,
arrow,
says Scrangle.
and then
Right?
pull the
That's kind of the thing.
Very funny. Gets funnier every time you say it.
It's
I know,
interactive
right?
diorama that occasionally has funny dialogue. Yeah, so there's no melee combat like there is in the regular Horizon. There is
Even
only
after
the bow
years of
combat.
being hit, the target still hadn't learned to move out of the way. But then, that's inanimate objects for you.
Cool. Lucky find.
The BT says, ooh, congrats on working on Time Magazine's Game of the Year. What was Time Magazine's Game of the Year? Out of curiosity. I did not know that this is a thing. Apparently I did. Dragon Age. That's pretty cool. Do you have like a link to anything I can read? I'm curious what they liked about it now. I want to have a read and see whether any of the things I was involved in are things they liked. Because I'm vain like that.
Unstoppable.
Ooh, okay, thank you those who shared the link in chat. I'm gonna read about Time's best video game of the year and see how excitable I can be about that. Let me pull this over to this monitor. Helldivers 2 at 10. This is some nice company to be alongside. Between Elder Scrolls and Baldur's Gate 3, there's been no shortage of great high fantasy RPGs to play. Hats off to what has to be the most advanced character created in system ever brought to video games. Fully inclusive, not only in terms of race, but also gender in its inclusion of non-binary pronouns and flexibility with physical characteristics like hairstyles. Before the game even begins, there's an effort to make the Veilguard feel personal and truly put the gamer behind the character. Narratively, the game takes place a decade after Inquisition, etc. Players familiar with the franchise will quickly find themselves impressed by the combat and traversal features. The same goes for the impressive details that create a sense of awe and feel visually distinct in an era where gamers have their pick of visually impressive fantasy games. The real treat is in the journey, which is nothing without the bonds formed with your companions. Of the 6 available companions, each offers a unique skill set and personality. There's greater attention to character traits here, which makes the connections all the more exciting because it isn't simply a game of playing nice. Portals are a welcome travel feature. Bellegarde feels like a refreshing addition to the series that's heavy on lore but doesn't feel too dense to distract from the pure pleasure of killing demons. Fulfilling is their word they would use to define it. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, chat, for sharing that with me. I helped work on Time Magazine's Game of the Year. Ooh. Look at me, professional video game doer. Have I played 1000X Resist at all? No. Is that the one? Is that the one from the Danganronpa people?
A strange
Or am I
device
thinking of something
Tirsa
else?
found next to you when you were a baby. It's called a...
I'll look at what that is in a minute. Welcome to this game's level of
That's why
humor,
he's
by the
kept
way,
it
as you're
from me all
about to
this time,
find.
because I'm just too excited. Gimme! Huh. Does it go?
Does it go on my
Looks
bottom?
like it goes here.
This is this game's level of humor, is ha, do I put the focus on my bottom? And you know what? I'm not immune to that.
Come on, I've
I can
waited
enjoy
years to find
does
out
it
what
go on my
does.
bottom.
Whoa! I can see stuff shining on those targets.
Professional
Like it's telling me
wokeification
where to shoot.
consultant. Hell yeah.
This must be so rare, like one of a kind.
Actually, Tirsa found a whole bag. Always good to have some spares, right? For friends and family?
Eventually we will get to some combat. We've got the tutorial for combat now, at
Make some
least.
new friends and start handing out focuses to them. They were gonna look so cool.
Yeah, you can do your focus to highlight your bits you can knock off the beasts. You can fire through flames to fire arrows. Pick up... Oh, wrong button. Pick up explosives. Throw them. I forgot to aim the shot there. Yeah, there we go.
You've been toasting that machine dummy since you were 5, but it never gets old.
Excuse me, Rost. The dummy has a name, and it's Fred.
Sorry, Fred.
It's okay. He forgives you.
After everything Aloy had put him through, Fred had certainly earned some respect.
So yeah,
But other machines in the wild were
the
rather
thing
less
about this
friendly.
game is regrettably that, like, we're about to get to our first combat encounter, and when we do that, you will have seen basically everything this game has to offer. Like, it might occasionally throw a different enemy at you, or a different power-up to use, but, like, do several minutes of walking along a pretty linear path, do a fight at the end, repeat, is kind of what this game has got. And, like, none of it's bad. But it is kind of just... What you see in the first level is what you get in the whole thing. Does this game make sense if you've not played the real Horizon? Yeah, for the most part. It glosses over some stuff. Okay, I'll tell you, for example, the intro plot we just had at the start, talking about, like, Aloy being left as a baby at Mother's Heart and being found as, like, an abandoned child and then being raised by Voss. You know, it glosses over that the reason that she had to live away from Mother's Heart and couldn't live in that society is because they're a matriarchal society, and she had no mother. Like, she was a motherless child in a society about motherhood. Therefore, she was shunned. She was then raised by a man, which further led to her, you know, being reinforced as being the motherless child. And, like, that sort of political context that's kind of important to, like, Aloy's segregation from society and the lack of support she gets along a lot of her initial journey. We're going to skim over that. That's a lot for kids. Like, there's things like that you're going to miss. But, like, the general plot beats of the gist of what's going on, yeah, you'll probably get just from this. What was that game you suggested called? Let me have a look. Sorry, it was 1000 X Resist. Probably not the one I was thinking of. 1 X Resist. Nope, not the one I was thinking of at all. Sci-fi adventure. I have not played it, but I will give it a look. I see some nice reviews upon a quick Google.
Oh, talk about
Are we finally going to get to a combat? I think we are. I think we're finally going to get to a combat. But like, as I say, it's a nice looking Switch port. Like, visually, it's very nice looking on Switch.
That's one ticked off broadhead. Remember, don't let it charge at you. Might be best to sneak up on it. As long as you stay in the long grass, it won't see you.
Yeah, I know, but it's so itchy.
Aloy had heard stories of the days when the metal creatures were docile and peaceful. It made her think that maybe destroying them wasn't the nicest thing to do. Then one would headbutt her in the face and she'd get over it.
I gotta heal.
Find a little berry bush. Like, I wish there was more than one enemy to fight there, because, like, the combat feels good, but it's like, there we go, I fought one enemy. Done now. No more gameplay for a bit again.
Now I just have to meet Tirsa, find out who my mother was, and life will be pretty much perfect.
Don't start celebrating yet. It's bad luck.
Right, bad luck.
Besides, there's one...
Like, other stuff that has been glossed over if you haven't played the original game. Like, Voss just gives you the focus, whereas in the original game, like, Aloy is exploring places she shouldn't when she finds this one-of-a-kind thing. It is remnants of a forbidden, older, ancient world in the past. That much you're not even supposed to know, but this game does just fucking say that in the intro. Like, there's a lot of nuances of Horizon you're gonna miss if this is where you get the plot.
Before we go on.
What?
Lunch. Thought you might get the munchies, so I got up early and made you your favorite sandwich.
Pickle? Nice! What are we waiting for? I'm starving here.
Wait. Hear that? Sounds like Mother's heart is in trouble. It's under
They're
attack.
taking people away. We have to do something.
We're too far
Like-
away, Aloy.
We've been playing this
There's
for
people moving
what?
over there.
20 minutes. We fought one enemy,
Let us go, you wingnuts!
walked through some dioramas and watched some cutscenes.
Nice try, Grandma.
And like, the combat's the thing I think is fun in it.
Oh no, that was Tirsa, wasn't it?
Yep.
She's still at it.
Stop messing around. Helis is waiting for us.
Wow, celebrating too early is bad luck.
We have to help her.
Come on, let's find out what happened.
No. Yes.
Like, you see the thing. I love the sandwich. The sandwich is lovingly modeled. Like, the tangible creation of this world as, like, I believe this is made of tangible materials. Like, they've nailed the aesthetic side of it, for sure. Like, this does deliver most of the plot, but it does so in parody form. It does so in a way that's, like, not going to be necessarily boring retreading if you've played it before, but it's going to skim stuff.
The cult had just kidnapped a bunch of people, so the place was quieter than usual. But I'll let Sona, the villager's tough defender, fill you in. Take it away, Sona.
I can't believe this happened on my watch. Cultists right inside Mother's heart.
What happened?
I went out to deal with some machines prowling outside our gates, but it was all part of the cult's plan. Just as I was giving this nasty broadhead a wedgie, I realized something didn't smell right. By the time I got back, Tirsa and the others were gone.
How many people did they take?
You know how hard it is to count without fingers.
Like, that was a
All
good
I
joke.
know is we
I'll
have to
give them
save
that.
But I can't
They
leave
know
my
how to
post
do a
again.
good joke every
Don't
now
worry.
and then.
We saw the way they went. We'll get Tirsa and the others back.
One more thing. My son, Varl. He ran off on a rescue mission before I could stop him. The boy's got a good heart. but he's not ready for
It's
this.
like, we're
kind
gonna
of
go
challenge.
rescue Varl in a minute, and if this were any other Lego game, Varl would then be a playable character, and he'd have something slightly different, or some doors that only he can open, that would be like a setup for some replayability of levels. No, none of that. Like, there's all the pieces here that you feel like are going to start doing the regular Lego game structure, and then they just don't. They feel like hooks for what you would normally use to do the Lego game thing, and then they just don't do the things. It's...
Cultists, huh? Sounds mysterious.
It's a strange one.
Those no good cultists.
We'll do, like, one more level, so that I can show you an actual fight where there's, like, more than
My
one
son has a
enemy.
good heart,
But you'll
but I
see
feel
that, like,
he's
a
not
lot of
ready.
it is just walk along the nice diorama until we find a gameplay. How do they know what fingers are? Don't think about it too hard. That's how.
There. That's where they found you. All Mother Mountain. A sacred...
Like, again, I
mysterious
must admit,
place.
the lighting
Watching
effects and
I thought it was
texture
that one over
work, the texture and lighting stuff,
Yes, of course.
really nice. Like,
A
this
sacred,
is a really nice
mysterious
Switch port.
place, watching over us always, holding tight to its secrets.
Like, why my mom left me there. Well, I won't be finding out without Tirsa, so let's save those villagers.
Apologies.
I have no idea if LEGO people would develop a base 4 number system, but
I can't believe cultists kidnapped all
not
those
the
people.
wildest idea.
They're bad news, old.
Yeah, really bad. The worst. Just the worst. And I just have one question. What's a cultist?
Let me see.
Oh, we have to explain to children
I'll
what cults
explain.
are.
Cultists are so convinced they're right about something, usually something pretty crazy, that you just can't reason with them.
Oh, like how you're so sure gravy goes well with pancakes.
Kinda, but with worse consequences than indigestion.
Like Mother's heart getting attacked. But why would these cultists do that? Why take the villagers prisoner?
I guess we're gonna find out. Come on.
Yeah, it is very clear that Ashley Birch just got to have a
Just the
lot of
kind
fun
thing
with
to
the
make a story
character
interesting,
in this.
according to my narrator manual.
Oh, this room here that we're starting with the fireplace and the little hut, and that you walk through and collect 3 pips and then go through a loading zone. Yeah, this is the starting room of the next, like, 6 levels. All of them start in this exact same room that you walk through for 3 pips. Like, they could just start on the next room along, which would be a unique room for the start of the level, but it's like, nope. Every level starts in the one 3-pip room.
Quick,
Hey, Gveldstrom. I don't think it helps either that they don't introduce early on much stuff to spend your pips on for a while. There's a while where it's like, okay, I got some pips. Am I going to be able to do anything with them? Well, you got them.
Perfect. Broad heads ahead. Better stay nimble on my feet.
Okay, here we go. Let me actually do some combat for a minute.
Oh, I'm good. There's no fixing you.
There we go. I fought a thing. It was fun. There's nothing left to fight now, again. Like, I turned the difficulty up at least 1 notch from the default, and it's still like, nope, we can't risk giving you more than 1 thing to have gameplay with at a time.
Huh. The old ones sure made some strange stuff. I'll pick it up later.
Continue to walk through a pretty environment until there's gameplay again. And again, the dialogue is funny. The environments are very pretty. nothing is bad here. Like, there's no bugs, there's no glitches, there's nothing that doesn't feel good in the moment to play.
Oh, talk about a view.
It just...
Another weird ancient
It's a game that I feel bad being critical of, but that really doesn't do much to justify praise.
I'll just build this back up.
I found a thing, and I built it. I pressed the button and it rebuilt. I think maybe the idea is you play co-op with a kid. Yeah, but again, it's like... I feel like recommending this for a kid is like when people see a bad children's film and go, yeah, but it's okay, it's for children, it doesn't matter, it's badly written. When it's like, no, there's better stuff out there for kids. Like, you know, you could take your kid to see, like, oh, what was the one recently? There was a fucking fantastic children's film. The Wild Robot. It's like, you know, you're going to go take them to see some nonsense slop, or you go take them to see The Wild Robot. Like, there are better Lego games than this to play with children. There are Lego games that have more replayability. Like, this is very, you play through the story once and then it's done, and there's not a lot of replayability. For the same amount of money, you could buy, like, a, I don't know, the Lego Star Wars Saga and have, like, 9 games worth, where every level has, like, doors that can only be opened by certain characters and characters to unlock, so you go replay the level with that character, and now you get to find that secret thing. There are better value for money Lego games made with properties that children are probably going to have more familiarity with because they're not based on 18+ rated video games. It's excusing it as, oh, it'll be fun to play with kids. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't change the fact there are better Lego games you could be playing with a kid. Right? Right, Julia, that's the thing, is it feels like this could have just been made... Structurally, you could have made this the same as most other Lego games you make. Like, the critiques I am making are, usually the Lego games are better than this. Why is this not doing the better things that the Lego games usually do?
Feeling fragile. Need to heal. Smash!
Because again, like, I'll tell you this, if you've ever played Lego games with children, you will know that a big part of their enjoyment, in most cases, or at least in my experience, is they want to play as the one character they want to play as out of the lineup. Regardless of whether it makes sense for the pairing of characters to play together, whether someone's already playing that character, they don't care, they want to play their character. This, if you play a 1, you're Aloy, if you play a 2, you're Val. Do you not like that? Have luck. Can't give you other characters to play as. Yeah, Mina, that is the thing. This does feel like when you got, like, action figures for, like, Friday the 13th, the action figure for children. Like, the use case I see for this is child who watches, like, you know, watches mum play Horizon and is like, the kid's like 6 and is like, I want to play too. It's like, you're not going to get on well with these mechanics. But let's find you kids Horizon you can play too, and we can play it together. You can play Horizon just like mum. Like, that feels like a use case for this game. But like, it feels like it's not quite committing to either the children's Lego game crowd or the Horizon fan crowd completely. It feels like it's trying to walk a weird middle line, and it's not properly committing either way. They could be hoping it gets a kid audience to invest in the franchise down the line. Oh, I don't doubt that's why they're doing it. But again, I think the best way to do that is to give them a full LEGO game experience that just happens to be Horizon. Well, there's a lot of also you'll load into a room, take 2 steps, and then load into a cutscene.
Hey, we have rights, you know.
Oh, also, I warn you in advance, go through an entire level and it ends with a cage full of people and you fight the human enemies to unlock the cage and get the golden puzzle piece. That is the structure of most levels as well. Like, walk through environments, have like 1 or 2 times where you fight a robot, fight a handful of humans, unlock the cage. That is the structure.
Now to clear out the guards.
And it's a shame, because, like, again, as I say, none of this is bad. None of it is, like, badly made. It is... I'm being more critical than usual of it here, because I am trying to talk about it from a perspective of, like, what it does not do compared to other LEGO games that feels a little weird. But, like, moment to moment, I don't dislike it. I just feel like it could have been more than it is. And I'm sure there will people who will play it without having the context I do of what other LEGO experiences can be, and go and have a perfectly great time with this. But it just feels like it underutilizes its potential. Yeah, here we go. This is our first point where I'm like, a proper combat encounter with multiple people and robots. If there was a higher density of this going on, I would probably really recommend this game, because, like, these encounters are the thing that feel really fun in the game, is when you're just, like, chaotically trying to take out big groups of enemies, like a whole camp's worth of them. That was fun. That was like 45 seconds to a minute of pretty solid fun. But, like, you saw how much of that level was me just sort of walking to wherever the next thing was to get to here.
Please, come on, please.
It's... Also, you can see that they run out of Horizon characters real quick, because you start just getting generic minifigs in the prisons.
The girl who grew up outside the village. She whose mother is a mystery.
Sure. But you can call me Aloy.
Oh, wow. An outsider. So different. So glamorous. So in need of a good tailor.
Again, we're really glossing over the discrimination Aloy faces for being an outsider in the series, being like, oh, so glamorous. It's like, no, you fucking hate her for not having a mum.
That's
Like,
me, Teb the tailor. Do you cosplay? Because, oh boy, do I have costumes for you.
here we go. Now we've unlocked
Not
the
sure
NPC
what
that has
is, but it sounds
outfit
exciting.
unlocks.
I'll make you an outfit as soon as I get back.
This
to
is the
Mother
closest
Heart.
we get to additional
Don't forget to
characters,
come see
is
me at my shop.
a handful of dress-up options for Aloy. There we go. Here's the Lego, the golden Lego brick. We did it. You go back to the town, have a new building, go for another very similar jaunt, and it feels like they're trying to pad it out in some ways, because the full game is like 6 hours. I have gotten way more than 6 hours out of LEGO games before. Like, it's not. And I'm not opposed to a game being, like, 6 hours long if it's 6 hours of, like, all bangers, all the hits.
Look at the state of my shop.
But it's like,
Supposed to keep Mother's Heart at the
it's 6
forefront
hours
of
and it
fashion
feels
with this
padded.
mess?
I'm getting pretty good at building stuff.
Though many of its people were still missing, Aloy was pleased to see life at Mother's Heart was returning to normal. With Teb the tailor back in his shop, maybe she could celebrate with a brand new outfit. Because who doesn't love dressing up?
Alright, let's pick an outfit, and then I might move on to the next thing. There you go. There's a little
While
look
she'd been trying on outfits,
at LEGO
Aloy heard an
Horizons.
interesting bit of town gossip. A gigantic creature had been seen in the wilds, giving the villagers even more reasons to worry. she decided to investigate at once.
So the next level is the same, but there's a tall neck in the background, and that's the bit of visual, like, ooh, this level's exactly the same. We don't interact with the tall neck, but I can see one. I know them from the game. And off we go. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave this here, but, like, again, I don't think it's a bad port. And if anyone out there who plays this and goes, I had a lovely time with it, I'll go, more power to you. Like, I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't feel
We
strongly
need to save those villagers.
about it. It feels like junk food gaming. It feels like eating a bunch of candy floss. Yeah, it was sweet, but, like, I feel like I'm back at square one as soon as I stop, right? It's candy floss for breakfast, except, like, somehow low sugar candy floss for breakfast. Like, yeah, that was kind of sweet. Again, I do respect this port, and it would be nice to see more PlayStation stuff come to Switch, and with ports of that quality. What can we do? What are we in the mood for? Did I stream any Mario and Luigi Brothership when that came out? Did we show any of this off on stream? I could maybe show off a little bit of Mario and Luigi Brothership if people are interested. Failing that, I could do a little bit of Castlevania, Ode to Castlevania DLC for Vampire Survivors. What got me most excited at the Game Awards? I'm trying to remember what there was at the Game Awards, if I'm honest. Remind me. Game Awards trailers. I know I watched the Game Awards, but already my brain has turned to mush. I like the idea of Dispatch, that game about, like, running, like, the call center that sends superheroes off when they're needed. I'm sure that the Monster Hunter style roguelike Elden Ring thing will be pretty cool. I love Akami. I'll take an Akami revival any day of the week. I'm scrolling through quickly to be like, oh, Split Fiction, the new game from the It Takes Two dev, looks pretty fun. Project Century, the new, like, early 1900s Yakuza, looks pretty cool. I'll probably play Turok and have fun with it. Any last things? That was the stuff that really caught my attention at the Game Awards. Looks like Mario doesn't want to give you a choice in the matter, dude. Oh, Mario's just staring me down like, no, you're going to do it. What do I need to do in Vampire Survivors right now? Fuck it, we might do Vampire Survivors for a minute. Can you tell I haven't had my ADHD meds today and I'm a little chaotic. We're doing sprinklings of things. Let me change this to Vampire Survivors on here. And we'll see how much we can absolutely destroy Twitch's bitrate. How much can we make this unwatchable? What am I trying to unlock at the moment in Vampire Survivors? Evolve the mace. Who has the mace? Do I have the character with the mace? Vampire Survivors mace. Who starts with the mace? It is Hector. Do I have Hector? I've got to find something I already have that can be the start of unlocking something new. Do I have Hector? I do. How do I evolve the mace? What do I need to evolve it? The hollow heart is the black. Yes, okay, cool, right. I have so much money, I have too much money. Bandwidth survivors, right? Bitrate survivors, yeah. Of course, someone will have made bitrate survivors. I can probably turn the audio up a little for this, I'm imagining. We'll see. We'll see when the level starts. Maybe a little down. Okay, let's find some cool Binding of Isaac weapon. Someone mentioned it in chat a second ago. Some cool Castlevania weapons we can use. Star Flail's pretty fun. Tear Thing. Javelin. I ideally want the garlic. I just like having the garlic on my build when I can. Come on, really? We're not going to give me the garlic at all? Okay, I need the Hollow Heart, I know that. Binding of Isaac expansion for Vampire Survivors would be pretty fucking cool. Okay, that's one of the things I need. One of the things I need. Ah, screw it. Let's get entirely Vampire Survivor, entirely Castlevania items. It's not just relying on using the garlic for every single run. Do I have all the things I need to upgrade all the weapons I currently have? Let's check the Grimoire. Seems like I do. Okay, so we can just take something else in the final slot. God, this game is so fun. Right, let's go start beating some bosses. Let's just go kick some ass. Actually, what I want to do is I want to evolve the mace as soon as possible, because that's my win condition to get a new unlock. Move my camera again slightly just so I can better see my upgrades. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if I wait until I have all the stuff to evolve the mace before I go do the first boss, I will get an early pre-10 minutes first evolution of the mace, which is worthwhile. Izzy says, the only issue is, what can they possibly do next to try and match this in terms of enjoyment? I don't know. So for anyone who doesn't know, this Castlevania DLC was the biggest was announced as, like, by far the biggest DLC they'd ever done for Vampire Survivors, right? And then, mild spoilers, you beat Dracula, and then it doubles the amount of content. It offers you twice as many characters and twice as many weapons and unlocks, like, another half of the map. On what was already probably the biggest DLC they'd done for Vampire Survivors. It's like, oh god. Damn. They lied in the trailer. They said, like, oh yeah, like 40 new weapons, 20 new characters. And then they just fucking doubled that casually. With no warning. It was great. Let's get a Sacred Tiger to follow. Honestly, I cannot fault them in terms of, like, value for money for the Vampire Survivors DLCs. Also, apparently, Vampire Survivors plus some of the DLC is going to be the free Epic Game Store game starting tomorrow as part of their big Christmas update. Their free games at Christmas. Yeah, that's the thing. I assume they were trying to do the, oh, it doubled itself Castlevania thing, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm constantly, like, Googling evolutions while learning things. I do appreciate that once you've evolved a thing once, the game will just tell you, hey, this thing we're offering you will help this thing you currently have evolve. I'm like, oh, thank you. Okay, I can get one more Hollow Heart. Yeah, Steph got to work on official Konami video game content. I still think that's fucking wild. Konami were happy with Steph's work. Okay, let's start taking out some of the bosses. I have to remember that I don't have the garlic, so I need to play slightly more defensively than I usually do. I usually rely on that garlic for a degree of breathing room. Okay, there we go. First evolution. This is has catastrophically high damage multiplier. Ooh. Oh, I'm just swinging a really fast hammer around myself? Oh, that's fun. I like that. Ooh, I should go to the lower portions of the castle that I don't think I've finished exploring yet. Yeah, let's go to the castle basement. This is one of the areas that got unlocked, like, halfway through, and I was like, ah! Further down. Yeah, there's an entire separate second entrance to the castle that gets unlocked at some point. It is bonkers. Yeah, this man. I've not been playing this for a couple of weeks because I've been trying to finish off, like, work obligations. This has been my... Okay, so I want to stop and talk about a thing. There was a talk given recently at GA Conf USA about open-world gaming and ADHD, and how easy it is to, when you're having a moment of flitting away from the big game you're playing, flit to something else big and never come back to the last thing. And the person who was giving the talk talked about her solution for this was to have a game that's her The Office game. Not like being in an office, but like something like the TV show The Office. Small, comfortable, like lightweight thing that you can binge a couple of episodes of and not feel like you've moved away from the big series you were watching. Vampire Survivors is that for me. This is the, I need like a small break from the big thing I'm playing for work, but I need what I move to be something small so I don't get engrossed and sucked in and forget to go back to the big thing and ADHD out of finishing playing the game. That is the whole the Vampire Survivors stories for me. Yeah, Binding of Isaac very much was that for a long time for me, but... So, and, you know, there's other games that will occasionally fill that niche, like Hades will sometimes be that for me, but... This DLC came out what, like six weeks ago, I think? Came out... I'm gonna say somewhere in the realm of, like, 6 weeks ago. Maybe closer to 8 weeks ago. And I'm still trying to unlock everything now. Here we go. Now we're going to start really testing the bit rate. At that time, I was in the Metaphor hole. Yeah, Metaphor ReFantazio is the one I'm still trying to complete. I am right at the end of it. I think my in-game clock says I'm like 7 or 8 days away from the end of the game. From like the final confrontation. I'm currently trying to beat like there's a series of like optional hard bosses that unlock a final optional hard boss that I'm trying to beat. And there's part of me that's tempted to be like, hey, I don't think it's going to be big spoilers. If anyone doesn't mind, I'm kind of tempted to try fighting that boss on stream in a minute, just... There's very little plot relevant. It'll be like, it's a big dragon, go. And then I fight a big dragon. If you're playing it, you'd maybe see a party member or two and go, don't know who that is. Dandelion says, Vampire Survivors is my big game that I can play without a controller. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Twitch be struggling. Without a controller or device other than my tablet, my Steam stats are wild because of it. Yeah, I love that that Vampire Survivors supports touchscreen play, even on like devices that aren't traditionally where you would touchscreen game. Like, you can play it on Switch with touchscreen controls. You can play it on phone with touchscreen. I'm like, oh yes. The flexibility of input methods for Vampire Survivors is very nice. Alora is pixel art too. Oh no. Yeah, Vampire Survivors gets like this. There is no saving the bitrate. And trust me, it's only going to get worse. We might not do the full half-hour run. We'll see. We'll see how much people are willing to put up with my face being impossible to interpret. You need one finger, incredibly accessible to me when I can deal with the visuals. Yeah, it can be a little overstimulating sometimes, but yes, in terms of like mechanical input complexity, you can play it with one finger. It's on those list of games where I'm like, it's very playable one-handed, like, either left or right Joy-Con. You can do single analog stick and any button to confirm inputs. Alright, oh shit, I gotta press A. It's an analog stick and A on the right Joy-Con, you know. It is very input minimal. It's tell it a direction and occasionally select upgrades, and I'm like, that's fucking wonderful. It's very friendly to eye tracking, because all it is essentially needs to register is up, down, left, right. Like, it's a very eye tracking reasonable game. Hello, big fella. I did see the Balatro developer call out Peggy, because yes, Balatro got retroactively changed to an 18, is that correct? I thought I'd seen before that it had been an 18 back in the day already, but apparently I was wrong and now it's an 18. How did I skip what animation? Oh, the chest opening. I literally just mashed the A button to skip the chest opening. Unless it's one of those chests that's going to give you 5 rewards, you can just press A to skip the animation. And yeah, the 1 in 3 rewards. Is there even anywhere for me to go from here? Oh, there's a place I can go. Slime Gym Eater. Slime Demeter in the YouTube chat says, thoughts on the transphobe who tried to cast you as a cannibal? That guy is still spreading weird sussy things about you, by the way. Oh, is he? Oh, is he? That's great to know. Love to know that. I've not thought about that human being in a while. Yeah, for anyone unaware, I would... there was a fan fiction written about me at one point that got a bit fucking uncomfortable. It involved the author of the fan fiction casting himself as a god-level being obsessed with eating shit who offered to magically untrans me. That was a whole thing, but like to magically make me cis. That was a whole weird thing. A lot of that fan fiction was like weird sexual fantasy of me keeping female meat slaves, sex slaves I would carve butt meat from to eat. It got a bit weird in some places. It was a whole thing. Good to hear that he's still being sussy about me out there. I'm gonna be honest, it was a bit fucking overwhelming at the time. Because initially I was like, oh, someone's written a fanfiction about me. That's kind of lovely. That's kind of sweet. It's at the point where I love the smell of shit. It smells so delicious. I want to eat it. Anyway, would you like me to magic you not cis? Anyway, continue carving butt meat off your sex slaves. Where I was a bit like, this is not... You didn't write this for me. You wrote this for you. And the less I need to know about that person continuing to have content, the better. That particular fanfiction no longer exists on the internet. That one is gone. There was a very lengthy dramatic reading of it on YouTube for a while. Welcome to being a public figure on the internet. Look, I don't always talk about it, but stuff of that nature happens. You would not believe the number of people who have, not very subtly tried to create elaborate backstories to justify me sending them feet pics. Like, when you get to the point of trying to be like, it was my dying grandmother's last wish as part of the storyline you're weaving of why I have to send you feet pics, it's like, I appreciate the ambition and the creativity, but, no. He admitted it? He admitted what? That it was for him to wank off to? I guessed it was. Oh. His blog is insanely full of thousands of sequels to the same disgusting trash and totally disrespects trans people. I hate that I'm asking this. Can you drop a link in the YouTube chat? Not because I want to see it, because I do, just because I do unfortunately need to be aware if he is still writing weird shit about me. It is unfortunate. Oh, he admitted it was about erasing trans people. Yeah, that sounds about right. It would be useful to know where he's posting shit so that I can have some record of, okay, yeah, of where things are at. No, that's fair. Yeah, I hate to ask. I don't want to ask, but I will ask. If you can drop a link in the YouTube chat, if YouTube will let you share a link, I don't know if it will, and I will continue to be aware of people I need to keep on my fucking radar. Apparently, I love that I have to keep these people in awareness. It's all good. I'll be honest. I will say this. This is not a criticism of Slime Demeter in the YouTube chat. This is just like a really general comment. If you see someone posting weird shit about me, or someone who used to post weird shit about me is doing weird shit now, you can make the assumption pretty safely that I am ignoring whoever it is. I've put filters up in place so that I never need to see whatever content it is, and that I'm happier not knowing, generally speaking. I don't need to like, general rule of thumb, I don't need to be told if people are being weird about me on the internet, or people who are weird about me on the internet, what they're up to now. I live my life happiest, just not being aware of them anymore. Like, that's the best way, that's the way I have found to enjoy my life, is make cool shit, do cool shit, not let myself even be aware of the weirdos. His new blog is invite only. I'm only in there to monitor his stalking and murder fantasies. Oh! Oh, someone in the YouTube chat, the so-and-so archive. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, the archive, you would know better than me. Is he posting shit in there that is fantasies about me? Like, just to be direct, is it just weird shit he's posting, or is he posting stuff about me in there? Because if so, that I should, against my best interest, it's probably worth me fucking at least knowing that that's going on. Echo says, it's so much fun having a if I disappear in sudden and unexplained circumstances, these are the people to investigate first list. I do have one of those fucking lists. I do have a list of if I ever go mysteriously missing. Fucking check whether these people did it. Yeah, ignorance is bliss. I honestly, I would rather not fucking know about these people. It's like when I was being harassed over having worked on Dragon Age and people kept messaging me to go, oh, I'm so sorry, I hope you're doing okay after the Quarterings video about you. And I'm like, didn't know the Quartering had done a video about me, if I'm honest. But now I do, and now I'm feeling a bit stressed and anxious. I'd rather just not be told, you know? Yeah, that's the thing. I can't catastrophize about a thing if I don't know it happened, right? Oh, alright, teleport through a wall there. We won't worry about that too much. Yeah, without the garlic, I'm definitely a little more vulnerable than I like being here. Okay, I think I'm back into the main place now. Echo says, I generally assume that you either don't know or you haven't brought it up because you don't want to, for whatever reason, so I don't bring it up, and you don't know because it's clearly not affecting you, so there's no point bringing it up. Yeah, that's the thing. Either I know about it and I'm not bringing it up because I don't want to engage with it, or I don't know about it and I can continue being that way. Like, unless it's like an active, direct threat to my safety with specifics, like, you know, obviously I need to know if there is someone making a direct actionable threat that seems like they have information that would allow them to act on that. You know, that's a case where maybe I need to know what's going on, but most of the time it's not that. Okay, I'm gonna get every fucking upgrade that's here and break this game wide open. Okay, this is going to get unwatchable for a second as I try and pick up all of these items. Did I get all of them? Nope, there's still items to pick up. Get them all? No, didn't get that. I now have all of these items equipped. Here we go. me kill all of these fuckers. I'm probably not going to run the whole half hour, but if I can defeat these egg-defeating enemies, I'll assess where I'm at. Oh, I've done some deliberately broken builds in the past that have been fun. Like, it's fun to sometimes just break the game for its own sake. My favourite is the caterpillar from one of the DLCs that's really good at generating cash. You can get it generating cash frenzy so fast and for so long consistently that it covers up the screen so that the numbers, like that $240 at the bottom of the screen right now, has become such a big number, it's covering the entire screen and you can't see yourself playing. That's fun. Yeah, the maze does seem fun. This is my first time using it, and it seems pretty funky. Sammy, yeah, Sammy, not Colin the Caterpillar. Not the Colin the Caterpillar cake from Sainsbury's. Oh, the Among Us scanner is fucking wild. Yeah, it does nonsense. Let's defeat these last three. Come on, down you go, down you go. There we go. You think I'm trying to reach right now? I'm pretty sure, yeah, the game's overloaded enough I can just walk through walls, so I can just kind of have a sprint for if there's anything new I need to do. Oh yeah, my gold is all just all mines, yeah. So yeah, oh, there was this warp place. I remember where we're going, and then this leads to one of the boss rooms. You know what? We're gonna leave the run here. The only thing I was trying to do was upgrade the mace. So, oh, what was the other one I did? Was it leveling up? Oh, inflict X amount of damage with the mace. Lovely. Out of curiosity, how many unlocks do I have left to do? Oh, I've only got like 10 left. I'm pretty close to the end of the DLC, I think. And like, okay, 5 secrets and 10 unlocks. Yes, walking through walls is a feature. I am a big believer that walking through walls is a feature, not a bug. You know what? We're coming up to 11. You know what I want to do, if you're not opposed to it, chat? I want to fight an out-of-context late-game boss in Metaphor ReFantasio. Or it might not even be that. I might just be level grinding against generic enemies because I'm trying to unlock a specific job class on one of my characters to make the build that I think will let me beat the tough boss I'm trying to do. It shouldn't be too plot spoilery, and I want to finish that game, and I've not had the time this week to do the bit of level grinding in a job class that I've wanted to do. How was Rita's Rewind? I'm super curious after listening to you talk about it on Pogposition. Single player, fab. I'm having a good time with it. Local co-op, split screen co-op on Switch, kind of broken, and that's a shame. But like single player, I'm having fun with it. Yeah, fuck it, let's go for it. This is the JRPG I've been playing recently that here are the three things I will use to describe Metaphor ReFantazio if you know nothing about it. Most of the boss fights are against enemies that are literally creatures ripped out of Hieronymus Bosch paintings, so you might be fighting, for example, an egg with human legs with a sword stabbed into it, and the front of the egg is cracked open, and there's a little family of mice living in there. That's a boss fight. The narrative, one minute you're, like, you know, trying to fight fascism and, like, debating whether it's worth attempting to risk a fascist political, assassinate a fascist political leader, because, you know, whether you succeed or fail, the consequences are going to spiral out of your control, and, like, are you ready for that? And then the next minute, it's having conversations with a 6-year-old about the fact that homeless people exist, and no, she's not going to end up homeless if she doesn't do enough, like, extra chores and, like, work herself to the bone for her new adoptive mother. She's not going to end up homeless. Homelessness is not, like, a moral failing. It is just, unfortunately, a thing that happens, and we have to reckon with that. It's quite a game. Let me swap my USB, my HDMI's over. There's the other one. Plug the PlayStation in. Ugh. Yeah, I'm trying to get a character to, like, level 20 in the second tier of a job class, so I'm gonna find some generic enemies to, like, beat up outside of real-time combat, if I can. I think I'm literally, like, outside the room of the fight, if I remember right. I was mid-play. Yeah, I'm trying to get this character to be the general level 20 so I can learn Frigid Fortress Tactic. So what I need to do is I need to learn Commander, get Commander to level 20 so that I can spec into General and get General to level 20. Then when I come back, I'm swapping her back to the Elemental Master. Okay.
I see. Fascinating.
Well, I'm learning all sorts of wonderful things about that fanfiction writer we were talking about earlier. Apparently, he believes that I am his soulmate and that we are married in another dimension. Fun. Just what I needed to know tonight. Just what I needed to learn. Cool. Cool. Lovely. Love that for me. Love that for me. I know that I can get class up XP as an item, but, like, I'll level her job class up quicker if I just swap her to that job class and beat up low-level random enemies.
This right here, all right? I'm counting on you. Of course.
I see. I've acquired a new power.
Okay. So, beyond this door is the boss I'm trying to fight, but I am not ready at this moment. I want to do some just generic... How far am I going to have to backtrack to find generic enemies to fight? Oh, yeah, I didn't change that we were doing Metaphor now, did I? I gotta change that. Unless I'm about to find out that, like, there aren't generic enemies for me to fight in here right now, because I'm here for the optional boss fight. Maybe that's the case. Metaphor ReFantazio. There we go. That's what we're on now. Oh, no, okay, we can... Please tell me I'm strong enough to, like, one hit. Okay, yeah, if I'm strong enough to kill these things without having to actually fight them, I'm going to gain job class experience without actually having to do the turn-based battles, which is good. This means we're going to be able to pretty quickly get those job level ups done in real-time combat. Yeah, if you're over-leveled enough compared to what you're fighting, you will just kill the thing in the overworld. And every time I get one of these level up the job class items, I'm just going to put that straight on Hulkenberg. Oh, did I not swap? I don't think I swapped.
What now?
I didn't swap Hulkenberg's job class, did I? I bought the new job class, I didn't swap to it.
Right there.
You're weak against this. Do it again.
Yeah, I haven't shared the Black Myth Wukong dev cried at the Game Awards thing, specifically because it's been contested. There have been people who said they saw it happen, there's been people who were like, no, I was sat with them and it didn't happen, so... I don't think you have to necessarily say that, but you can point at, they did have a bit of a whine on, essentially Chinese Twitter, about how they deserve to win, what was this stupid game that won, I came out here for nothing, grumble grumble. Despite, you know, having walked away with at least one Game Award at the Game Awards.
What a fortunate find.
Slime Jim Eater, sure. Don't bury me in them, but like, sure. Show me a couple of examples of what I'm dealing with. Fun, fun, fun. East Demon, I don't care if the weapon for beating the boss is particularly worthwhile. I want to do it because I'm enjoying this game, and it was an interesting plot thread that caught my attention. Like, you can tell me that the weapon's not particularly worth it, but like... I'm still gonna do it because I'm enjoying doing it, you know. Light damage, what do you do?
A bit much, actually.
How much damage is just a generic regular attack gonna do? Not much. Okay. Oh, we can use the stuff that's gonna cost HP because that'll recover easily. I love that you get more experience if you beat the enemy before they deal you any damage. Yeah, you get an unscathed triumph. Oh, that was an item. Let's get that.
For real?
Ooh.
What now?
Hero's Leaf of Life. Oh, I have 6 of them.
I've acquired a new power. To greater heights.
Okay, we're gonna get Commander to level 20 real quick. Give a little bit of max MP to Hulkenberg.
You found something. Let's take it with us.
How am I doing toward unlocking all the job classes as the main character? I'm like a reasonable chunk of the way. Like I could level grind and specifically like unlock all the job classes, but like, I don't know how to be asked. We'll see.
Not half bad. Hang on to that.
And we're gonna find more stuff to beat up.
What now?
Okay, there's a door here. How do I look at maps again? How do I get around to the other side of this? Where am I now? Okay, there's like a long walk around. Okay, I see where I could go. Okay, up this way is progress.
Right there.
I knew you could do it.
Thank you, little yellow dots, for showing up on the map to tell me where there's stuff for me to kill. Sorry, what are we talking about? A smutty AOL dating sim? I have no context for that.
I knew I could count
But
on
I
you.
feel like I should know about it.
Now that you meant...
Warframe added smutty AOL dating sim. Of course it did.
No, don't tell...
Well,
I see the edge.
That worked like a charm. Keep the pressure on.
Right there.
they're gone. The danger is behind us.
There they are. I see the edge.
Alright, one sec.
That solves that.
Oh yes, Thimba says, I've recently seen an interesting use of AI. Apparently someone created glasses for blind people that can scan what the glasses are looking at and read it out. Plus they can store people's faces on it when they get near you, the glasses will announce their presence. Yeah, as far as like trying to find ethical or like positive uses of AI, I can certainly recognize some of the benefits being done there. You know, as long as it is being used in ethical ways, like there are some concerns about face scanning, tech being integrated into wearables, but like I cannot deny in a vacuum the positive of some of those applications. You know,
Do it again.
things can be good and bad at the same time. Life can be complicated sometimes, you know.
Keep the pressure on.
There they are. This power's getting fierce.
They saw
Right
us.
there.
On your toes, everyone.
What now?
I don't have any more of the upgrade things yet.
Let's take it with us.
Is it going to be better for me to fight that one flower in the first room that I know drops a job experience item and then like run back to the save point to reload the spawns
I see the edge.
and then just keep running back and fighting that one enemy because I know it drops job experience items? Is that worthwhile maybe?
There they are.
Looks like we're safe for now.
Let's keep exploring. Let's fully explore this area at least.
We've been spotted. On your guard.
That was well done.
Look.
Perhaps
I think I just found a CD that my characters were trying to work out what it was. An ancient rainbow metallic disc.
Watch me. This might be your turn.
Martial art. You'll be
Right on target.
Yeah, there we go.
They chose the wrong opponent.
Okay, the mimics drop guaranteed heroes leaf of life
Fine.
items. That's good.
Mayhap. Whoa.
impressive.
So do the little teeth. That's worth knowing. Okay, we've nearly leveled up the prerequisite job class. Even if not the one I'm actually trying to get to.
Right there.
Victory is ours. Safety hard won.
see the enemy.
I can feel the power coursing through me.
Right there.
17 out of 20. We are.
The end then.
I do like how quick it is. If you sort of brute force it to be able to level up a job class in this. That find a reasonable high level area and just real time battle some stuff. You can level up job class pretty quick if you are focused on the task. Okay, stuff's respawned in here, which might mean I can respawn that one flower.
There they are. Charging in.
Probably just respawn enemies by taking the elevator and taking it back down, I would assume. I might not stress about getting the whole way to the move I'm trying to get to right now. What I might do is, if I can get the general class, the class I'm currently leveling to level 20, I might just go try the optional very hard boss and see where I'm at. See how much I need that extra move I'm trying to work towards.
You're here? Is that...
Looks like that's all of them. Great job, everybody. I've done it.
I've acquired a new ability. We seem to have defeated them all.
Do we? Do we seem to have defeated them? Can I re-trigger those mimics, or are they gone?
We are spotted.
If I can re-trigger those mimics, there's a nice job experience.
Right there.
Impressive as ever.
The chest is shown as open.
Right, we did it.
Oh, I want to deliberately mimic myself for points.
Right there. Forward!
I knew we could count on you.
There they are.
I knew you could do it.
I do love a good, slightly exaggerated quest objective. This game is great at those. I currently have in the top right of the screen, put an end to the kingdom's madness is my current overarching quest. You know, no big deal. Just a little quest. You can just do it while you're out. You know, it's not even a big deal though.
There they are.
I don't see any more. I think we're safe.
I see the enemy.
Yeah, it's just pop it out for cigarettes. We'll be back in like 20 minutes.
There they are. Right there.
All right, we did it.
I see the enemy.
Marvelous.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to that room I've been working towards. Ooh. Oh, it's when the already max level character is ranking up that I'm getting the Hero's Leaf of Lights. It's because I've left Persona Master leveling up a already full skill. Okay, honestly that works. I like that. If you leave a character leveling up a job class they're already max level in, when they would level up, they instead give you a job experience item instead. Oh, that's neat, yeah.
There they are.
I thought you were just earlier. Yeah, I should have realized that's what you were saying. In my head, I thought you were just saying sometimes you'll get level up items. I'm like, yeah, but I could just be leveling up the job skill that I want to level up. I hadn't put together. You meant you'll over level the character, which will give you job skill items. I'm like, okay, I see. Okay, let me. Screw it. I'm gonna go give this boss an attempt. I don't think I'm gonna succeed, but we'll find out.
So,
Because what I want, I think, is... Because this boss is, like, immune to basically fucking everything. So I need to attack it with stuff like, there's an attack type called Almighty that nothing is resistant to, which I can attack with, or I need to be attacking with, attacks that generate weakness to an element. So, like, I'll talk you through my vague game plan of what I'm doing here. Let me put Hulkenberg back onto this. Oh, this for now. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is, I think it's this character has an ability, Ice Blue Dance. Inflicts all enemies with a one-time weakness to ice. I'm then using that to set up one of my other characters who has the general role, and that's the job role I'm trying to train that character up in right now, who gets Frigid Fortress Tactic. Deals heavy ice damage, because that first character will have set up weakness to ice. Inflicts a one-time weakness to ice. So I set up the one-time weakness to ice, attack with a heavy ice attack that re-establishes the one-time weakness to ice. I then want my other character to attack with does heavy ice attack, inflicts a one-time weakness to ice. And then my two ice magic dealing characters are just going to keep dealing ice and re-inflicting a one-time weakness to ice, and they'll just back and forth. My other character will attack with the thing that can't be blocked by anyone, and that character that initially set up the ice weakness will basically be my healer. That's the thought process I have. Which is why I'm kind of trying to get this character up to level 20 on this job class.
Ready?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this without a second ice dealer. Like, right now, I feel like I would just need to use... We'll see, we'll see.
why?
Hey,
Let me skim past plot.
You look just like
Oh, it looks like me! Optional hard boss who looked like me.
I'll show you.
Okay, so we're going to do...
This might be
Oh, it's
too
a
much.
synthesis, isn't it? Ice Blue Dance.
Great job, Judah.
now, are you prepared?
And Frigid Fortress Tactic. I basically want a second character doing this attack. Because I could use Blizzaton with this character, but this wouldn't re-establish the weakness to ice, so I would have to attack again with, I would have to do that synthesis attack again, and I just don't think that's worth it. So let's instead find like an item that will fuck up stats. Almighty damage. An item that does almighty damage, that'll do.
Okay, let's go.
Then I'm going to use my one-time ability to give myself 4 extra turn icons. I can only use this once per battle. Let's fuck up your stats. Let's decrease a bunch of your stats for 3 turns.
No holding back.
Attack with the fortress again, which is doing like 800 damage. This is my big damage dealer. Just lower your stats with items for now. Gold Rush is my main way of attacking with my main character for 450 damage. It's not as powerful as that heavy ice that I was throwing around. We're going to try and buff all your stats. The first character is going to remove all buffs on you. Attack with the big ice. Like, I've got a plan here. You can see there's a plan. What I really need is just, like, one extra big heavy ice damage dealer in rotation so that I'm dealing damage quicker. Buff all your stats down. I think my biggest issue is going to be me running out of MP before I take this thing down. I don't know if this boss is immune to effects at all. Can I bait it into getting statused with any items? Gonna keep trying to buff your own stats before attacking whole party. That's fine. Okay, we're going to remove all the enemy's buffs. Back with the big ice.
I shall show you what true magic is.
Heal everyone for 200.
I owe you.
Thanks.
Come forth, royal soul.
Do the big gold rush again. Pull your stats down.
Martial art.
You hit their weak point. Keep it up.
Blade in hand. From our provisions.
Inflict status elements on you. I don't think I can, but I'm gonna keep trying. Put down all your stats, do the big ice. And at some point you're probably going to change up the attacks you're using on me, and that's when I'm going to be fucked, but... Oh, you've raged my party. That's unfortunate. I need something to stop myself getting raged, ideally, because that's going to force me to start doing generic attacks that you auto-block, rather than healing myself up or doing anything valuable with my turns.
This is nothing.
Okay, rage has gone. Good. Heal everyone up.
Let's go.
Just focus on my boy. Are you mocking me?
You and me. Come on.
Oh, I forgot 2 of them are still raged, meaning they weren't going to do anything productive.
Thanks.
Thank you. Captain,
Vitus Tower.
Watch me! Light sting!
Let's make an end of it. I shall vanquish evil.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to stick with this attempt on this. I think I just don't have the damage output I need right now. Try one more. Stick with it for a minute. Actually, what is that new... Okay, we got some good MP restoration items by fighting stuff out there. That is worth knowing, actually. I am in a slightly better position for this fight than I was before we fought the random enemies. Can I chip damage this enemy to death? My martial artist is already running low on MP. He is my big damage dealer. I'm gonna need to be careful with him.
Going for the weak spot. Hulkenberg.
Now, martial up!
Several ailments slowing you down. Observe the enemy. Here. Thanks.
Helpful as ever.
That helped.
Everyone's pretty healthy.
Ailments slowing you down, Captain. Only a flesh wound.
Ooh, rough. That's some big damage you're throwing out there, friend.
I shall fight. Are you prepared?
Keep it up, Stroll. Come. Not now. From our
I
provision.
knew you'd help. I owe you.
Thank you.
And healthy enough? Not really.
Take it.
I'm obliged.
Juna, is careful. Several ailments. Watch your back.
I call upon royal power within.
Okay, I'm already out of MP on my big damage dealer.
Could do with this.
This is why I need a second damage dealer doing the big ice attacks. I can't be putting all the pressure on that one character. Come on, can I affect you with statuses? If I could, knowing that would be really helpful.
Nice hit. That was good. Watch me. Going for the weak spot.
I shall vanquish evil.
Hit the weak one. Keep it up, Stroll.
All of this, and I'm like barely halfway through this fight. There's going to be a war of attrition. This, but again, if I'd been doing 2 big ice attacks per turn rather than 1, I'd be basically there. How hard would it be to teach my prince the big ice attack as well? If I think I just need to get everyone in my party using the big ice attack.
Don't get sloppy, Captain. Persona Master.
Oh, I should have
Staying on the
nullified your stat bonus. Screw it, I'm backing out. I'm not ready for this. I'm gonna see what it would take to get my party leader to that attack I'm trying to get them to as well.
What now?
Yes, I'm working Hulkenberg toward there. Did I at any point try and... Oh! I did level Clive toward this. Level 11. Screw it, I guess I'm just going to try and get everyone the big ice attack. Because it feels like the big ice attack is going to be my big... It's going to be the play for this. Like, my main character will still have the money-based attack to fall back on if needed, if MP runs dry, but...
There they are.
Yeah, let's do a little bit more generic enemy fighting before I finish up
For the time being.
for the day. Which is probably not going to be that much longer, I don't think. I am pretty sleepy. I was up until, like... Oh, I was up till, like, 2 in the morning yesterday. I worked solidly from like 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. Trying to get end of the year content finished, because I had Control Alt Access, an episode of Abletop, the board game accessibility show that I'm putting together, and the Game of the Year video to write, record footage for, edit, export, upload. It was a very late night last night finishing, getting that work up, so I might take an early-ish finish tonight, maybe. I think I've probably earned such. I'm very ready to take like 10 days off and do absolutely no work and have no alarm set and just not think about time or schedules for like a week. It's gonna be lovely. I love these fucking enemy designs. I'll turn a corner and she'll be like, ah, it's a woman in robes with a frying pan full of eggs. Terrifying monster, that is. The Indiana Jones game, there's a lot I like about that Indiana Jones game. It's got rough edges, it's got bits I don't necessarily enjoy, but there's a lot of decent stuff in there. I certainly enjoy hitting Nazis over the head with a guitar and hearing it sort of go clonk. That's pretty fun. It's never not fun to just kind of beat up some fascists sometimes in video games, and Indiana Jones certainly doesn't lose sight of that.
Impressive as ever.
I see the end.
We hit it where it hurts.
Rock Smasher says, I do think the first third is easily the best part. Yeah. My biggest issue with Indiana Jones is it drags on a bit as it goes on. Like, I would argue the further you play into it, the more you start getting issues like, there's not a lot of variety in the mechanics going on, and the side quests that come up start just sort of getting in the way of you progressing the plot. Like, the plot is like, quick, we've got to get there before Voss. We've got to get there before Voss. It's urgent. We've got to sprint there. Anyway, now we're going to spend 3 hours earning enough money to buy a digital camera. Like, the pacing's a bit wonky, and some of the fights against, like, sturdier human enemies that require a lot of punching, I would argue, not necessarily super fun when you have to punch an enemy that many times, and there's no real feedback to tell you whether you punched them good or not. You know, there's a little of that going on, but, like, it is fun to hit a Nazi over the head and hear it go bonk. So, like, how bad could it be? I like that the side quests fit into the main plot. I just don't like what they do to the pacing. I think they are at odds with the dramatic adventure pace that the game wants you to feel.
Right there.
Everything is very urgent. Yeah, a lot of it is going to be how much is the fact it's indie going to carry you. Because like I was really enjoying it, but I was like, I kind of wanted something a little more linear and a little more, I'm just following the plot and it's got the pacing of the big adventure. But again, that's me.
You found something. Let's take it with us.
What now?
They saw us.
I see the end.
Pose, everyone.
Time for some close up.
Very impressive.
Rock Smasher says, I was expecting more Uncharted. I was pleasantly surprised by how much slower and closer the pace of the films is. It's...
There they are.
The thing about that game is it sort of wants to have the vibe of several other things. It don't quite commit to having the vibe of. Like, it wants to be a Hitman game, but doesn't have the variety of infiltration options of a Hitman. It kind of, at times, wants to be a big action set piece, Uncharted, but, like, the side quest stuff just kind of doesn't let that be its pacing. Like, none of these things it does poorly, but it is a game set up that if you like any of the things it's kind of similar to, it is going to be very easy to go, oh, it's like this thing I like, but not quite as good. It's sort of half doing comparisons to a lot of things. And that's going to, depending on where your excitement lies, maybe impact whether you're like, I'm glad it's its own thing, or whether it's like, oh, you started being this thing I like, why were you not more of that? Yeah, Deus Ex Human Revolution, a bit. Yeah, it's an odd one to get a finger on the pacing of. Heroes Leaf of Light. Ooh, we're probably about ready to... Hooray! Hulkenberg can learn the new archetype. I was trying to get her to learn. I just have to get this archetype to level 20 now.
I'm counting on you. Of course.
I see. I've acquired a new power.
But I want to actually equip the new skill.
Right there.
Right. I think this is probably where I'm going to wrap up for today. I know it's not quite my usual midnight finish, but it's been a long day, and I'm going to go rest and not be on stream for a little bit, but I will be back with probably another little grab bag of a stream on Friday. I don't think I want to start anything like big or that I need to get too invested in until we jump back in the new year, so another little ADHD of a stream on Friday probably. I hope people enjoy. I hope people have a good rest of your evening. Look forward to Control Alt Access and Podquisition going up tomorrow, and my Game of the Year video that's like 45 minutes, 50 minutes long going up on Friday. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Rest well.